In 2023, Nigeria rewrote the rules of its electricity sector.
We have embraced a vision of sustainability that aligns with global aspiration while addressing the local realities.
For decades, decisions about power were made centrally, but the gap was stark. More than 85 million Nigerians lived without reliable electricity. The passage of the Electricity Act decentralized power, giving states for the very first time the authority to regulate and shape their own electricity markets. The new act was a chance to close that gap. It created space for states to design their own solutions, and it invited private investments to flow into every stage of the value chain, from generation to distribution.
Nigeria's power sector has undergone profound reforms aimed at ensuring reliable, affordable, functional, and sustainable energy for all Nigerians.
At the Rural Electrification Agency, this was not just another law. It was a call to action to bridge the federal and the subnational, convene new partnerships, unlock innovation, and move from rhetoric to reality.
The Act mandated the Rural Electrification Agency to develop National Electrification Strategy and Implementation Plan. So we assess each state based on 5 key criteria: the existence of policy, the existence of data, the existence of human capital development, the existence of funding and investment within the state. This is something that we present to the state to say that this is what you are taking on.
And so began the state-by-state strategic roundtables, a nationwide journey bringing governors, regulators, investors, developers, and international partners to one table, a forum to chart a new electricity future, one state at a time.
The essence of the state-by-state roundtable is first to present this outcome of the plan, to pick the plan of each state to say that this is the plan and this is the level of the state readiness.
How can each state move from point A to point B? And once we identify that, we want to have a national discourse whereby all the subnational will have one discussion on one plan of electrification, one conversation, one budget, and one report as regards to electrification. So this is what we have done.
Whatever we stand here to present to you is not a fluke. It's all backed up by data. I are showing you the mapping of Akwa Ibom, where the health facilities are, how many number of connections per community. That is how deep our research is.
Initially, what we had in REA is a lot of grid extension projects. That means projects that relate to transformers, standards that have to do with cables, high tension and whatnot. But with, of course, the coming up of renewable energy, we've been expanding these technical standards so that we'll co-opt newer technologies.
We deploy different types of projects, which include solar hybrid mini-grids, solar home systems, and a number of other sectoral interventions across the board. So what have we achieved so far? Under the World Bank, we're able to deploy over 200 mini-grids, hybrid mini-grids. We're also able to deploy 50 kilowatt mini-grids in medical centers across the entire country. One key project is the Energizing Education Program, which we were able to deploy plants for reliable power in universities and teaching hospitals, and we will begin the commissioning of those very, very imminently.
At the REA, we are very, very intentional about what we do. We look at every project and we plan it end to end. How do we ensure that once we implement this project, in the next 10, 20 years, people are still able to use this project? We have created a framework called the REUSE, Renewable Energy Users Cooperative Society, to ensure that the operation and maintenance of this project are in place.
154,251 communities that have been mapped, and this is through the effort of MD and management to say, where are all the communities? Map it from Lagos, that has about 2,666,162 buildings. to the community with 2 or 3 buildings. Let's see where they are first. And then we can start to filter them based on what we want. I know this is a bit technical, but this is some of the work that we do to differentiate between communities that are grid and off the grid.
Ondo State have been unveiled to us, both in the areas of electrification and investment opportunity. Let me thank the MD. There's this adage that says, if you don't come close to a tree, you won't know the kind of fruit that is on it or it bears, like. I used to look at REA from afar. I don't really know that there are lovely, beautiful fruit that are ready, ripe to be plucked. Until I got here this morning listening to the MD, the other directors that spoke, and I begin to wonder, you mean all these have been here all this while, or they just brought them in? They have been well informed. Mr. Abaliu, thank you so much for giving us this day and for all that you've been doing in this agency.
I'm very happy with the teamwork that is going on in the area. So I think that the MD and his team are actually ready to work for Nigeria. And for us in Bayelsa, water is something that we have in excess. We don't want to limit the state government to only one source. And that's why we are very prepared to collaborate and partner with you to ensure that REA's impact in Bayelsa will be better felt.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive of REA, my brother Abali, you have done extremely well within a very short time. What you are doing is not only taking electrification to one areas, it's addressing insecurity, addressing poverty, addressing unemployment, and addressing many others. For this juncture, I want to thank you, but you should be rest assured that I'm your number one supporter and we are going to partner together. We are proud of you. Thank you very much.
I want to congratulate MD for his confirmation as the MD of Rural Electrification Board. The presentation made by your executive directors shows that you guys are ready for business.
Mr. Engineer Abaliu, the way you have made your presentation, clearly you earn the title of being an engineer. Put in the numbers, the figures, and that's my idea of someone who is vexed in his area of specialty. Electricity is not just about megawatts. It is about our people. Akwa Ibom is ripe and is now a time for a call to action.
Your investment in KB will not only be safe, they will be valued and protected. Our doors are open, our hands are extended, and our commitment is firm.
As a government, we have taken decisive steps to create a sustainable electricity market. The enactment of the Kogi State Electricity Act and the upcoming establishment of our State Electricity Regulatory Commission underscore our commitment to fostering a business-friendly environment for investors.
We promised investors of a friendly business environment that guarantees sustainable returns on investment. We assure prospective investors of our determination to remove all bureaucratic obstacles to deliver on.
Nasarawa State is the home not of solid mineral but actually the home of lithium. The return of investment is shaky. An investor also will become shaky or run away. So that's why we have law in Nasarawa State that clearly says 5% of our IGR is going to go into de-risking any kind of that for investors that are coming to Nasarawa State.
Zamfara State is ready. My administration is ready. I am ready. Let us move forward together with courage and purpose and partnership.
And from the World Bank, I worked across all the sectors of power in Nigeria. This is my 4th year now in Nigeria. And I can very honestly say that the most promising relationship and the partnership that we've had at the World Bank is with the REA. I don't think money will be an issue, at least from the World Bank side, till the time we keep implementing really impactful projects.
We've spoken, and it's time to get our hands dirty and get the work going. We've done megawatts of talk. It's now time for megawatts of electricity.
The roundtables are not ceremonial gatherings. They are working sessions designed to transform policy into pipelines and ambition into measurable results.
We've worked on identifying a first set of projects that are qualified for funding in the various states, ranging from agribusiness sites to electric vehicle charging stations to small-scale businesses, all of them requiring energy in some form or the other, in some capacity or the other.
At the heart of the agenda lies the National Electrification Strategy and Implementation Plan, NESSIP. The blueprint to guide universal access, but NESSIP is not implemented through a single program. REA operates a portfolio of 12 structured programs, each with its own mandate and financing. These include the Nigeria Electrification Project, NEP, through the World Bank and AFDB to deliver mini-grids, solar home systems, and productive use systems. Distributed access through Renewable Energy Scale-Up, DERS, through the World Bank to scale distributed renewable energy and reach 500 megawatts of capacity. Africa Mini-Grid Program, AMP, through the GEF UNDP to stimulate commercial investment in mini-grids. De-risking sustainable off-grid lighting solution, DSOLs, through the GEF UNDP to promote solar home systems. National Power Sector Solarization Initiative, NPSSI, to solarize public institutions. Renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund, RHIDF, for standalone solar and productive use equipment. Rural Electrification Fund, Nigeria's domestic grant mechanism, already disbursing millions to RESCOs. E-Heart Initiative, electrifying health, education, agriculture, rural communities, and transport. Energizing Economies Initiative, EEI, powering high-growth areas like markets and industrial clusters. Energizing Agriculture Program, EAP, with GEAPP and RMI, targeting productive use mini-grids in agriculture. Korean Energy Project, KEP, grants for mini-grids and an energy management center. REA Capital Project, funded from the national budget for grid extension and solar interventions. Every roundtable asks the same practical questions. How can states translate the act into solutions? What projects can be fast-tracked? What reforms are needed to open their markets? And who will provide the capital?
The fact that the Act has liberalized the sector, which by extension has given an opportunity for many stakeholders to participate. Very much emphasis on private sector investment, private sector funding to complement the public sector in addressing also the challenges affecting the power sector. Even the local government to participate, the development finance institution, even training universities that are known for training skill and competencies. So they all have a role to participate.
So the difference here that we are making is with creating sustainable methods by which these systems can be designed, can be funded, can be constructed, can be built, and can be operated.
Across the Federation, governors are stepping forward with their visions. In Ekiti, leaders introduced an electricity priority plan and signed an MOU with REA to align their new regulator with the DARES project pipeline.
As a state, we are keen to actualize rural electrification projects. I've experienced how alternative infrastructures, energies can give you peace of mind. We are also investing in solar panel infrastructure to provide reliable electricity to our general hospital, primary healthcare facility, and public schools to boost efficient service delivery. All these bold steps are targeted at bridging the power supply gaps in Ekiti State. We are open to further collaborations, such as the ones that REA offers.
In Delta, the Roundtable became a platform to link renewable investments with the state's medium-term development program.
Renewable energy revolution has already begun, and Delta State will not be left behind. We believe that the outcomes of these initiatives will drive meaningful improvements in healthcare delivery, education, local industries, and job creation across Delta states.
In Abia, an MOU was signed to anchor a roadmap for a sustainable state electricity market.
Abia State is ready to widen its operations in the electricity sector and therefore yearn for establishment of solar power mini grids, solar farms for rural communities, hybrid solar wind system, or any other renewable energy hybrid system for housing and industrial estates. An energy as a service model for businesses that want power without accompanying unnecessary bureaucracy. Abia State offers a technically sound revenue generating and impact-driven opportunity because 60% of the states are unserved. It's a win-win situation where investors make money while Abia gets power.
In Yobe, the government committed to reforms that will make the state more attractive to private developers.
To further attract and protect investment in the energy sector, we are offering tailored financial incentives for key subsectors, introducing credit guarantee schemes to mitigate risk, and collaborating with the development partners and to provide concessional financing options. We are determined to create a result-oriented synergy with our partners, including government agencies, the renewable energy service companies, financial institutions, to build a sustainable and all-inclusive energy that will accommodate every community.
In Kaduna, the government showed readiness to welcome private developers who would like to invest in the state.
Kaduna State is uniquely positioned to lead Nigeria's renewable energy transition. Given our abundant natural resources, we have significant potentials for solar energy with high solar irradiation levels ideal for large-scale solar power projects. And our water bodies present untapped hydroelectric potentials. These renewable energy resources are key to our strategy for sustainable development and economic growth. We are creating a regulatory environment that is transparent, predictable, and supportive of private investment in the renewable energy space.
These voices are not rhetoric. They're backed by action. In Lagos, a collaboration agreement was signed to electrify general hospitals with rooftop solar. The session also revealed plans for 8 megawatts of floating solar at the University of Lagos, alongside a $150 million lithium battery assembly plant in Lekki Free Trade Zone. In Delta and Abia, MOUs were signed that opened the door for distributed renewable projects in underserved communities. In Ekiti, the Roundtable ensured that new state institutions were linked to national programs, preventing policy from stalling at the state level.
There is a lot of emphasis around human capital development, capacity development to ensure that the sector have adequate skill and competencies that is required to address all the challenges that are affecting the sector.
The roundtables are also where innovation is seeded. They are incubators for the next generation of projects. Domestic manufacturing is a key agenda. REA emphasized the push to localize panel production, while partners announced plans to assemble batteries within Nigeria. These are not just energy projects, they are industrial policies, strategies to create jobs, strengthen supply chains, and make Nigeria a renewable hub for West Africa. International partners are also converging. The World Bank's $750 million facility for distributed renewables is only one part of a much broader financing picture that includes AFDB, JICA, GEF UNDP, bilateral partners, and private investors. Together, these commitments are a signal of confidence in Nigeria's ambition and in REA's capacity to deliver. And on the ground, the impact is visible. In Gombe, solar power keeps maternity wards late through the night. In Ogu, market women extend trading hours under the glow of mini-grid light. Through the Interconnected Mini-Grid Acceleration Scheme IMAS, more rural communities across the country are being powered by solar mini-grids. In universities electrified through REA's Energizing Education program, students now study without interruption. These are not stories of the future. They are today's reality. Proof that clean energy is transforming lives.
And I can see how people use electricity for, of course, for lighting, but also for access to information, paying bills. School have access to electricity, business have access to electricity. And I think program like this, we need to continue to expand, scale up, replicate. One, of course, financing is important. We can help bring the finance, we can help mobilize financing, but we also need the organization that manage the power sector to transform itself.
So far, REA has engaged 18 states, namely Abia, Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Ekiti, Jigawa, Kaduna, Katsina, Kebbi, Kogi, Lagos, Nasarawa, Ondo, Plateau, Sokoto, Yobe, and Zamfara states. As the Rural Electrification Agency hosts these roundtables across the country, a national story is unfolding. Each state brings unique priorities, yet all are united by the conviction that Nigeria cannot prosper without reliable power. Together, these sessions are weaving a new social contract between states and citizens, between government and private sector, between ambition and action, aligning state-level aspirations with a national framework, putting renewable energy at the heart of Nigeria's growth story. And with every session, the circle widens. More states join, more projects are announced.
It may take a while, but the progress I can see is beginning to gain momentum, right? And once it does that, we're essentially unstoppable.
Whenever we hear that one bulb is switched on and that bulb electrify one household, that is what gives us joy.
For the first time in Nigeria's history, governors, private investors, financiers, and federal leaders are sitting at the table, aligning around clean, reliable, and sustainable power. The REA's state-by-state roundtables are more than conversations. They are commitments to partnership, to investment, to innovation, and to communities. And already, there are results to point to. 8 million plus people have been impacted with clean energy. Over 1.6 million households now have verified connections. More than 15,400 MSMEs have been connected. 131 megawatts plus of solar capacity has been deployed. and over $400 million in grants has been disbursed. These are proof points, and the ambition is much bigger. In the pipeline, REA is targeting 20 million plus people to be reached, 4 million plus households to be connected, 300,000 MSMEs to be electrified, 700 megawatts of new solar PV to be deployed, and more than $1.7 billion in grants to be mobilized. The roundtables are about moving from pilot projects to national scale, from thousands of connections to millions.
We never had it so good with the REA before. This team that we have at the REA, that's the best team we ever had. I am saying this because I have been with the REA since 2008. I was one time on the board, but this is the best team we have in this country. And I believe that is because of the competence and intelligence of the leadership and the team that he has.
This is not just about electricity. It is about dignity, productivity, national transformation. One state at a time, one roundtable at a time. Nigeria is powering its future.
The success of our energy transition will not be measured by the elegance of our policies or the ambition of our projections, but by our ability to transform ideas into practical solutions that guarantee availability, affordability, and sustainability for every Nigerian.